So meanwhile, at over at Morning with Maria on is this Fox Business? Yes, Maria Bartiromo. When she is not genuflecting to power, she is pretending that she doesn't, that she actually knows what she's talking about. And the resident buzzkill, Judge Napolitano, was sent on Morning with Maria. You'll recall last scene on Fox and Friends, basically making Steve Ducey and Brian Kilmeade cry while Ashley Ainsley, is that her name?
Ainsley Earhart.
That is her.
Ainsley Earhart.
Ashley Ainsley, goddammit.
Ainsley Earhart didn't know necessarily what was going on. I'm not sure Ducey knew what was going on either, but Kilmeade clearly was upset. And here is Judge Napolitano to basically tell Maria Bartiromo, yeah, no.
Okay, that's right.
When he says he doesn't remember,
what he said at the 92nd Street Y, I think was damning, Judge. Yes. What do you think? He says, "Oh, we did it this way with Michael Flynn, but we couldn't have gotten away with doing it that way."
Pause it. What she's talking about is Comey. I think he was at the 92nd Y doing an interview, and he was explaining how it is that they got in to sit down with Michael Flynn in the Situation Room, and he said, you know what? The procedures in other administrations would have blockaded us, but nobody stopped us. And, I got news for you. Police officers of all stripes, they will go and do stuff that's not illegal, but if you don't exercise your rights to say, like, they'll come and they'll say, can we open up your trunk and look at it? And if they have no probable cause, all they need is for you to say yes. And even if you think like, oh, I have to say yes, but you don't, they'll go and open it up, and that's perfectly legal. Now, every single person on this set knows that. Not this set, but on that set with Maria Bartiromo. If there was ever a story of like, the police came over and just by random said, hey, can we look in your trunk? And there was a body in there, or there was 10 kilos of coke or whatever it was, and the driver said, you know what, I didn't know I could say no. No one on that panel would be like, can you believe the overreach by the police?
It'd be a good game, though. You could just say, yes, look in the trunk, and then the cops look and they see the body, and they're like, well, you weren't technically supposed to do that, so it looks like I'm getting off
but the thing is, if you say yes,
you entrap me.
Yeah, that
you entrapped me.
No, even if you say yes,
if you say yes,
because you're taking advantage of how dim I am.
Just sat down, and the big complaint is that the FBI agents were friendly, and he didn't know because they were being so friendly that they were like there for a reason. They just thought like, oh, they came to visit me just to shoot the crap.
In my fantasy life, they entrapped Flynn the same way they do like vulnerable Middle Eastern teenagers, like with there's a lot of money in kidnapping this Turkish cleric.
Right.
Want to do it?
And of course they don't pretend like they're
harebrained scheme.
They don't pretend like they're FBI agents. Anyways, here's the third.
We couldn't have gotten away with doing it that way in more organized administration. I figured because they were so disorganized, let me just send a few agents over there.
It is almost...
It's not the way you want your FBI director to operate.
I agree, but it is almost inconceivable that FBI agents would be roaming the halls of the West Wing. What the hell are they doing there? They should have been asked to leave. If they didn't have a search warrant, they had no business there. Hey, Mike, can we talk to you? We want to ask you a question. We already know the answer.
Right.
And then it ends up in an indictment.
Which is why the Journal called it entrapment. I know there's a debate about that.
I saw your interview with General Mukasey. In my opinion, he's absolutely correct. Though they trapped him, it is not entrapment. Entrapment is when you resist, and they push and they push and they push.
But they did trap him. I agree with
that.
Right,
I did agree. So in other words, they did something that has an actual legal meaning and is a defense, entrapment. No, they didn't entrap him. They sort of tricked him a little bit, like they used police techniques. Right, that's what I meant. They used police techniques. So basically, yes, Michael Flynn lied, and they all want us to feel sympathy for this guy because there was no way he could have known that these FBI agents were going to hold him to the truth.
I wonder what JSOC units did in Iraq and Afghanistan. Was that entrapment?
Right, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right.